Hello and welcome back. Here we are again at the main theater room, and I just wanted to show you some of the upgrades that I've made. I've been working really hard on them for the last couple of weeks. So, let me just show you. You might notice that there's no more wires in the floor, and they're right here in the wall where they're supposed to be. And of course, that means that I've run wires for all three speakers down into the crawl space. Same thing over there. And the same on this side too. And that means that they're running under the floor and all the way to the closet. Haven't run the rear speakers yet. They're still dangling. Things should look a lot better in here than they did last time. And you'll notice up there, I installed that vent to let hot air out. And the little box up there is the infrared receiver that does all the repeating. And let me just open the door here. And there it is. New shelves, new organization. Might not be a perfect mess, but it's a lot better. I've even installed a light. So now I don't have to fumble around in the dark anymore when I'm trying to do things. Well, at the bottom you'll see, behind my toolbox and stuff, I put an access panel in the wall. And that's just a simple hinged door that I can pop open and then easily get to the interior of the wall where I can run wires up and down. Makes things a heck of a lot easier, and since this is a closet, I don't mind having an access panel in there. I think it suits it very well. And up here, you'll see where I put the panel for the wires, and not all of them are hooked up. Of course, the rears aren't yet. They will be when I get to that part. And the subwoofer for right now, I'm not going to run in the walls because the subwoofer is so close to the closet that didn't think it made a lot of sense to do that. And then another part of my installation is up here where things get a little messier. But you can see where I put the coax that feeds the internet, along with a network cable, which that network cable goes under the house and then all the way down to the office. And so I have direct connection with my desktop PC, which does, all of my server stuff like Plex and, just the general Windows file server that I have available to the whole house. And all my network cables are gigabit. And like, for instance, I have a gigabit switch here that feeds all this equipment. And in reality, none of this equipment is gigabit capable. They're all like 100 meg. But the point is that you have plenty of bandwidth. So if if a bunch of devices are all accessing the router at the same time, they're not being bottlenecked by that limit. They all have enough to do what they need to do. And up there I put the router and the modem, so it gets as high up as possible to broadcast the signal. And of course, the reason I went with wire shelves when I put these in is because I wanted air to be able to flow freely. So my hope is that because we have hardwood floors, so air can flow under there, make its way all the way up through all this stuff. And then at the top here, we have a fan, which is actually a PC fan that runs 24 hours a day just to keep that hot air blowing out. And it's very quiet because it's a 200 millimeter PC fan, which is huge. It's the same as this one I have here, except black instead of clear. And it runs very quiet, so unless things are dead silent in here, you're not going to hear it. So that's my heat management strategy. It works pretty well, but I'm still cracking the door just a little bit when I'm running like the PS4 or something that gets really hot. That way it has some more airflow going on. And up here you'll see my new Marantz fan, because in my opinion these things get way too hot to not have a fan. I mean, I know receivers aren't supposed to have fans because they're supposed to be dead quiet. But this thing gets hot. Like if you put your hand here after you've been running it a while, it's almost to the point of feeling like it's going to burn you. And I know that's not good for the equipment. So you can get these really nice Cooler Master 200 centimeter PC fans. I got this off Amazon. And you'll see you can wire it up. You'll see that this is just a regular mono headphone jack that I have cut and then soldered onto the fan wire. And the back of the Marantz has a plug for DC power out, 12 volts. So that's just perfect for running one of these fans. And that way, when I push power, there's your fan. And it does a really good job of pulling air into the middle section and then coming out the top. So anyway, that pretty much concludes that section. Now I'm just going to give you a quick look down here at my new items, which have come in since the last time I did the video. On the bottom here, we have my new Laserdisc player, my second one. It's a Pioneer CLD D406, and it has all the features that I wanted. It has the two-sided play, optical out. It has AC3 out, which maybe one day I'll get a demodulator for that, but for the most part I'm pretty happy with optical digital off of Laserdisc because it's lossless, like CD. But it's really sweet. I'm enjoying it. We've watched a few movies on it already. And then up here, along with my nice DVD player, is this DVI Gear Scaler. And what this allows me to do is have the DVD player and the Laserdisc player coming in and then getting up converted to HDMI. And then that goes to the Marantz. Now what's special about that is, number one, it's a professional grade scaler. So it does a very good job of scaling the analog video. And secondly, it allows me to do some magic tweaking in order to get aspect ratios correct. So if I put either a Laserdisc letterboxed or a DVD that's letterboxed and not enhanced for HD TVs, in other words, you have black bars on top and bottom, I can properly scale it so that it fits in the screen the way it's supposed to without affecting the aspect ratio. And that's the big hassle that I've gone through trying to get this set up the way I want it. Because one of the, probably my biggest complaint about my projector, which I don't have many, is that it absolutely does not allow you to properly zoom in on a 1080p or 720p image. Most regular TVs will let you do that, but the projector won't. It doesn't give you any aspect ratio options. But it does give you aspect ratio options if it's either standard definition or an odd resolution like a PC would put out. So then you can zoom in, stretch, fit, whatever you need to do to make it work. And that's what I use my scaler for, to get it. I send it to the projector at 1600 by 1200, I think, or it might be a little off from that. But it's a non-standard resolution. So once it goes to the projector like that, the projector allows me to zoom to fit or stretch or whatever I need to do to make the picture work. So I'm pretty happy with the setup the way it is. Finally getting it to kind of be the way I've wanted it to be for a long time. And it looks pretty neat too. So I hope you enjoyed the video. And thanks for stopping by. I hope you'll subscribe if you want to see more of these silly videos of me talking about setting up audio and video equipment. And I'll be back again soon. So take care. Bye.